This is day 1 out of 30 of this Raw Talk series. I've generated over $173,000 in the last 29 days. For proof, you can kindly check out my Instagram channel. I showcase that everything live, like my Stripe and WAP dashboards. And specifically for WAP, right now we're at 91K last 14 days. I'm not sure if you can see that, but yeah. The WAP team can verify as well. A lot of the team members at WAP, it's a payment processor place, they follow me on Instagram and they help support me with any of my tickets. So they're a really great team. Highly recommend WAP for a payment processor. So this is more of like a Raw Talk series. I'm not going to care about like what I wear, what my lighting is, just Raw Talk. I'm not going to use my like studio lights or anything like that. You can look at behind the scenes of what I do on a day-to-day, or where I live, what am I like in person. So it's going to be a Raw Talk series. There's no agenda here. This is more for accountability for myself because I really hate filming content. Not a big fan. I like working. That's all I do. If you check out my calendar, I like working, I like talking to my clients. Filming, not so much, but this is more for accountability for myself. So this is day 1 out of day 30. There's no agenda here. I don't know what to really talk about, but I can talk about like what problems I'm currently facing in business, how I'm solving those problems, or what problems I faced last week or 2 weeks ago and how I fix it. So for any business, especially if you're scaling up, you're gonna run into issues, 100%, but you gotta know how to fix it and when to fix it. Problems in business is very, very normal. So if you're ever feeling stressed or have problems, that's good. It's a privilege in most cases, especially if you're scaling up. But you got to figure out what those bottlenecks are and how to fix it. So do want to talk about a problem that we fix for a lot of businesses. It's going to be more for lead quality. For a client, his name's Joey. It's my cat, by the way. Let me remove the autofocus. My cat is playing with his little toy over there, but I digress. Okay, oops. This is really Raw Talk. Okay, so let's talk about Joey real quick, and then let's talk about my ads real quick. Lighting's gonna be bad. This is Raw Talk. There's no fancy lightings, fancy animations, even no subtitles. So for Joey C, he worked with a lot of big people in the space. He is one of the latest YouTube videos of Dan Henry. Dan Henry is a really big marketer in this space. So he worked with Joey to solve one of his marketing problems, but they never really cracked it. It was live posted on YouTube as well. So who did Joey come to, 4 weeks, 6 weeks after that? He came to me to solve his problem. So for Joey, he's in a very, very, very saturated market. So it's Amazon, like Amazon FBA. So back then, let's say 2016, it would work very well, like SMA. But now in 2025, you're gonna get crushed. Most of the big guys in Amazon left because it's hyper competitive. They didn't know how to crack it. So I knew exactly how to crack it because that's my specialty. So for Joey, for Amazon, in 2025, you have to understand that ads that have like big, crazy guarantees, they're not gonna work. This was hyper popularized by a lot of people in this space, like Alex Hormozi. But you will see those ads back then, like a few months ago with Kai Bax or Charlie Morgan. They were running big, bodacious offers back then. It just doesn't work in 2025 anymore. That's why if you look at their ads, like the guy's spending hundreds of thousands of dollars, $200,000, $300,000 per month on ads, they've all transitioned because big, crazy offers does not work for sophisticated markets. It will work for new markets, like even like local service-based businesses. It still crushes to this day. So you got to figure out when to use crazy offers and when not to. So for Joey's case, I knew his market was a sophisticated market. I knew that if we have any guarantees, we're going to be attracting poor people, just not his right ICP. So I had to redo his offer, his entire VSL, his VSL page text, the pre-headline, headline, post-headline, and all his video ads. But for his video ads, we had to be hyper-specific. We needed to target someone who's has more money. We can't target people who want like a get-rich-quick scheme for his ads. So that's what we did. So instead of calling out like a specific ICP of like, hey, do you want to make money? It's gonna be like, you want to make money. Oh my God, you already are making money, right? Like you're a six-figure 9-to-5er or corporate, like high-paying corporate job. So those are our call-outs. And then instead of saying like you'll make more money, for rich people, what they want is freedom. They want time freedom. So that was our angle, and that worked. And then for Joey, he sent me a text message, I think it was yesterday, so I'm in JST, he is in EST. So Joey sent me a message of, like, also, first 10K PIF came out. I'm not sure if you can see that, but he sent me a text. He got a 10K PIF, and we were just only running ads for a few days, less than a week, and we're just spending $100, $200 per day on ads. His lead quality score, so back then, when he was working with other people in his space, it was really bad. It was a 30% lead quality score, which means out of 10 calls, only 3 of them were qualified, actually had money. And his show-up rate back then was really bad. It was 30%. Now, every single call that he has is hyper-qualified. Not me saying it, Joey saying it, like his actual messages, which is pretty sick. And it's only a few days, not a lot to spend, but it's great to see those results pretty quick, especially for a few days of ad launch, which is good to see. And his show-up rate is improved as well because your show-up rate improves. Your show-up rate improves when you have higher quality people. If you get higher quality people through the door, those people will have a higher intent to show up. They're rich people. They're much more affluent, so they'll respect your time more than people who want to get rich quick scheme, right? Who have no intent of buying or doesn't have the problem that you are trying to solve. So to fix show-up rates, you really want to fix lead quality first. So that's what we did. And we fixed his lead quality, his show-up rates, by just changing who we're talking to. Instead of using a crazy guarantee, guaranteeing fast money, we're guaranteeing freedom. And our ICP calls are completely different. And we revamped his entire funnel from what they see on the ad, on the VSL page, the VSL, emails, reminders, and etc. So just all changed. But that's for Joey. However, that's what I specialize for, solving clients, which is really good. But this is our raw talk. I can't just say like, oh, good. In business, it's never the case where everything is really good. So this is a raw talk, and that's why I want to share it. It's more of like a diary series. So for my ads, even though I scaled from 0 to 173,029 days, I showed my numbers live, built out all the ads live with you guys as well. Last 14 days, I'm experiencing lead quality myself, which is kind of crazy. Like I scaled from 0 to $173,000 in 29 days because I fixed lead quality. That was a video ad. But one thing that happened to me was one of the ads that I was running that scaled me to that amount, it fatigued. I put too much money behind it. I started that ad off as $100 to $200 per day. Then I ramped up to $2.5 thousand a day. Fast. I scaled up pretty goddamn quick. Just like a few weeks. But that fatigued. I tried horizontally scaling that video ad on the ad accounts, no avail, audiences, lookalikes, different types of setups, duplicated it as many times as possible. Like, no, it was just completely fatigued. So that killed my results for the first week of October, for 7 days. We were still getting cash, which is really good. On my WAP, I showed you we're at 91K. I'm not sure if you can see that. So 91K, I'm not sure it's gonna. So that's 91K, which is good. And we're expecting a 25K PIF tomorrow. Depends when they wake up, so EST, which is good, but it could be better. So when I say problems, they're all subjective to myself, right? We're definitely making less than $173,000 for this month because we got to solve a lot of bottlenecks. So bottleneck that I'm trying to solve is lead quality. Our best performing ad fatigued. We tried our best in terms of the marketing side to revamp it. So which is fine. We knew the solution. When an ad fatigues, what you do? You want to create more scripts, more videos, which I did. So I filmed 75 new video ads. So it was 30 hooks and 2 bodies. So the creative team is going to be hashing that out into 60 videos, which is a lot. And I created 15 unique scripts as well. I'm currently working with 6 to 7 editors, so big team, because like I'm using them for clients as well. So I'm just being the liaison for the communication, which is really good. But I digress. 75 videos, but that takes time to actually edit by the team. So every day that I don't have those creatives, I'm losing money. I'm spending money and losing money because it's not as efficient as it could be with those new scripts. So that's a problem that I'm trying to solve right now, but it's a lead quality issue. But not only that, when my best performing ad died off, I launched a new ad. So I scripted new ads, filmed new ads, got them ads edited, launched them last week. So my cost per book call dropped dramatically, which is great. By the way, my ICP are anybody that sells anything expensive online and if you're spending money on ads. That's my ICP. So if you sell anything expensive, a few $1,000, and you're already acquainted in the space, a sophisticated individual in the market that are know how to, you're running ads, like even to $500 to, $5,000 per day. That's my ICP. So ran that ad, it died off, launched a new ad, and then the video ad I ran was a hook. It was showcasing 9K, like it was a video ad like showcasing my Stripe dashboard, like live, like 9K PIF, 8K PIF, 5K PIF, 9K PIF, 9K PIF, like showcasing money. But one thing I didn't factor in was that hook, objectively, it did very well, like that video ad. By the way, my ICP is expensive. Like they're hyper competitive. And also my investment price right now it's a costly amount. When we first started the challenge, it was 15K. Then we bumped it up to 20K. Then now it's at 25K for the done for you, like fully done for you. So we manage all the marketing side. It's 25K right now. So my cost per qualified book call target is going to be expensive. My 2x ROAS on cash collect for my cost per qualified book call that shows up is $900. So if it's below $900, I'm profitable by 2x, which is good to see. However, the first week of October, it was bad. It was $400, $450 cost per qualified book call that shows up. That's very expensive. You typically want to have it between $100 to $200 cost per book call, no matter what industry you're in, like B2B. If you're in B2C, you want it below $100. Like 100 and below, pretty goddamn good. So that gives you perspective, like what's cheap, what's expensive, what's normal, what's mine, and what's very expensive, but still profitable. But you would need to know what your numbers are. Right? Like I know all my numbers, so I know that cost of what I can pay maximum for that cost per qualified book call. I digress. I launched a new ad, because my original ad died off. That ad was a hook of like making money, like 9K, 9K, 9K. Even in the video, so that was the hook. And the body was like, I don't sell a course, I don't flex, no lifestyle, no rented Lambos or anything, and this is what I do, XYZ, XYZ. Which is fine, like objectively, that's a very, very good body script. The body was good, it was perfect. The problem was the hook. The hook was showcasing money, like 9K, like showcasing how much I made, and but that's gonna attract lower quality people, especially on Instagram. Even though the body of the script is very good and it's for rich people. I mentioned my ICP there in the body. So that hook alone cost me so much money, like 10,000, 15,000, I think 12,000. It was just the last 7, 8, 9 days of when it was active. Reason why I kept it active was, imagine, since my old best performing ad died off, like that scaled me up to 173K in 29 days. So I had to launch those ads, the new ones, the one with the crazy hook. For that hook, launched it, it decreased my cost per book call from like $400 down to $60, $60 to $90. Like our calendar was packed, like crazy. We had so much book calls. Like we were packed for 7 days straight. That's insane. That's a lot of calls. We were jumping from like 2 to 3 calls per day, like average, because it's expensive, to 11, 13, 18, and I was like, what the heck, per day. So I actually had to descale the ad spend, and then we got more calls. But the problem there was, cost per book call does not mean that you're profitable. A cheap cost per book call doesn't mean jack shit. If it's cheap, that's a problem. So we got way too many calls. But those people came from that ad where it showcased like quick money, like 9K, like it was a good hook. The hook rate and the hook rate was really good. But I digress. It was getting the wrong different type of people. Even though the funnel was a Typeform questionnaire where it filtered so heavily. But it was getting really bad quality, which is not something I want. So cost per book call decreased from $450 to $60. It may look good on paper, but when we were looking behind the scenes, the cost per qualified book call was actually fairly the same, between $350 to $450. Same thing. So we're getting more calls. So that actually caused a problem. It looked good on paper because you're getting more calls, a cheap cost per book call. But that does not mean you're making money. What makes money is cost per qualified book call. So that's what I saw, qualification. Which is funny because that's the problem that I faced. But I had to learn through my own data and my own spend. Costly amount. But I digress. So how we fixed that was we turned off that ad, turned it off, re-scripted, refilmed, re-edited, and launched new ads. And that fixed the issue, right? Our cost per book call increased, but the cost per qualified book call decreased. And that's going to help the pixel as well, right? So the main takeaway is like, don't care about the cost per book call, care about the quality of that call. That's going to be the biggest impact. And you have to pay attention in terms to like who you're talking to, like the example earlier, like from Joey, how we fix his lead quality. Like we don't want to be get rich quick. We want to make sure we're targeting people that want something more, which is freedom. In this case, the content that I produce is like, it's more of kind of business problems, especially if you're running ads. Like those are problems that we specifically solve, from show up rates and lead quality and stuff like that. So for us, we solved lead quality through that way. We figured out a way that did not work for us, that on paper looked good, but when we actually took the call, it was not good. It was not good whatsoever. And that's how we fixed the problem, is re-scripting and not using the hook, and only looking at cost per qualified book call, not cost per book call. So hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully that helps. But also not only that, you have on a video, you have to understand average watch time. I'll give you an example. If a video is 60 seconds long, and if you look at your ad account dashboard, the average retention of any video, no matter how much money you're spending, no matter how good the creative is, the average of all those hundreds of thousands of people watching your ad, they're only going to watch 3 to 5 seconds of that ad. So instead of this, they're going to see this. That's it. That's a majority of the people. After that, 90% of the people drop off. They're not going to watch the body. They're not going to watch the CTA. All they care about is the hook. So when you're scripting, you want to prioritize the hook, less of the body in the CTA. Whatever you say here in that hook is going to impact the lead quality. If you're going to showcase fast money, you're going to get bad lead quality. If you're going to target a specific ICP, you're going to get that specific ICP, like for Joey's instance. But you want to always focus on that hook, what you say, because you only have 3 to 5 seconds to actually get that viewer within a video ad. This is for a VSL call funnel, by the way. For other funnels, or for like any type of funnel that has friction, webinars, challenge funnels, VSL call funnels, so those types of funnels, that's what I'm referring to in terms of the video ad. You want to focus on the first 3 to 5 seconds of what you say. So I'll give you an example. What hooks that has worked for a lot of my clients is going to be called indirect hooks. So I'll give you an example. So there are going to be direct hooks where it's like coaches and consultants, XYZ, right? That's a problem. When you say coaches and consultants, that's already a second and a half. If you're real estate, like how much seconds you have on the hook is 5 seconds, like the average watch time. If you check your ad account right now, you'll see the average watch time 3 to 5 seconds. Unless you're running like an AI ad, like a VO3, then the average watch time is like 18 seconds, 18, which is crazy. That was for my stats. So, but average for regular ads is like 5 seconds, 3 to 5 seconds, which is good. However, if you spend 2 seconds mentioning an ICP call out, coaches and consultants, you already lost, right? What you want to do is, how do you call out that specific ICP without saying that ICP? So instead of saying coaches and consultants, I would say, hey, are you running a VSL call funnel right now? Or are you struggling with lead quality right now with your ads? Right? So you skip that ICP call, but you also call them out, but in a second or third layer, which is an indirect way. Problem aware. Those are the people that we want to target. So that's how we did it with Joey. Instead of saying it's like a guarantee, it's like you want more freedom. Right? So we have those. But you have to figure out when to use indirect hooks. In most cases, you want to A/B test. A/B test, direct, indirect, problem aware hooks. So that's what we did. That's what we're doing for our ads. That's what we're doing for our clients to solve lead quality. It's like we got to do those A/B tests. But hopefully that makes sense. So that's going to be for a Joey example. That's going to be what problem we're struggling right now and what problem we fix. That's how much money I'm making right now. That's WAP. If you want to see 173,000, it's going to be on Instagram. I show everything live. I don't want to do it here. I don't want to waste your time here. And then, okay, let's talk about a different topic. One topic I do want to talk about is for business, the number one priority is not only taking care of your clients, but it's also taking care of the people that you work with. So in this space, especially in the coaching consultant space, like there's like some drama, like a Sam Millsap or something, where he didn't pay his sales reps like thousands of dollars. I never want to have my team members to experience that whatsoever. Even like, let's say I go balls to the wall with ads and I'm hyper aggressive and it goes unprofitable. I don't care if I don't have any money. Like, I'm gonna find a way to make sure my team members get paid. So like today is the 15th for them, so they get paid every 2 weeks. I want to make sure, like, even if results on ads are not profitable, they're always going to get paid. Like right now, I'm going to be sending over an invoice for like 20K for the entire team, which is crazy. And we're just 15 days in. But you got to make sure, you always got to make sure the people you work with are taken care of. Not only that the people, your clients, they're very taken care of, but also the people that you work with. You always want to pay on time, no matter how bad business is or how good it is. Always make sure that they get paid. This is not a get rich quick scheme. Like I don't have any fancy, like, you know, things that like I'm flexing and stuff like that. This is my place. It's nice, but it's not as like expensive as like a Miami, you know, penthouse or something like that. I've been living here for 2 years, so pretty good. I live in Tokyo, by the way, so it's nice to meet you. That's one thing I do want to mention is going to be always pay the people that you work with always on time, no matter what you're experiencing in business, because your partners, the people you work with, are going to take care of your clients as well, and you always want to prioritize your clients too. But hopefully that helps. Anyways, this is day 1 of this 30-day series. This is not for views. This is not to get any like networking opportunities or new clients or cash flow or whatever. This is really just accountability for myself, because I don't like filming content. I hate it. I just want to work. I want to talk to my clients, hop on those meetings, do the actual like marketing side. But yeah, this is day 1. I'll see you tomorrow. So this is a 30-day series. Anyways, much love. Hopefully you get to know about me. Just in a raw way, I have a cat. There's no fancy like lighting here. Like I have my monster here, and it's kind of like a sketchy setup. I'm not using my hard light or fancy stuff, but this is a raw talk. Anyways, much love. It was a pleasure to make this and share what I'm experiencing on the day-to-day, and I'll see you tomorrow. For any videos, I'll film it like really bad lighting. I'll be walking around, bad audio and stuff like that, but it's raw talk. That's how I live. And I'm up and about. Anyways, I'm gonna get to work. I'm gonna talk to some clients, and cheers. Talk soon. Bye guys. Much love. Bye.